Hi friends, Monique here with Grace and Tattered Lace. Hope you guys are all doing well today. I'm just going to hold on just for a couple minutes and see if anybody joins us. Have a little project for us. Hi friends, hope you guys are doing well today. Oh, hello Miss Stephanie. Monique here with Grace and Tattered Lace. Thank you for coming on and joining me. Hello Kim. I have a little fun elf project going on for us today. I kind of went off of, hello Renee, I went off of, actually, I was scrolling on Pinterest and I found something that I was like, oh, that's super cute. And then I drew something and I'm like, this has a lot to do with what Miss Stephanie did over on Vintage Pebble with her little witch boot. So we're going to make an elf boot today. And I've already cut it out. And we're going to paint it, we're going to decorate it, and we're going to make a set. Okay, and then I have another little thing that goes with it. Hope you guys are doing well. Let me know where you're watching from as you come on. I'm here in California. It is scorching hot here. Probably one of the coolest days that we've had in a little while, but it's been in the upper, and I shouldn't say upper hundreds. It's been over 100 degrees. Today was the coolest day. It was only 100 today. And when I leave for work, if my husband is working, I have to leave a patio door open for our puppy, and so of course I have to turn the air conditioner up super high so that it doesn't come on. And I think that we just discovered, we live in a 3-story house, and I think that we just discovered that our very upstairs where our bedroom is at controls the air conditioner downstairs in my craft room. So I'm a little warm. I just figured out and just turned the air conditioner on. Alright, so I'm using some Folk Art Home Decor chalk paint. What color is this? Let me put my glasses on so I can see. This is called Fiddlehead Fern. Fiddlehead Fern. Got it at Hobby Lobby. And I'm watering down the paint a little bit because we're going to paint this boot. I just sprayed a little bit of water on here. We're just going to swish it around, get it a little bit thinner so it's not so thick. And we're going to need some more water. I'm using muslin fabric. I've stained it with coffee and I've dried it, and it's got that really good vintagey look. Okay, hello friends, thank you. Let me know where you're watching from as you come on. We're making an elf boot today. Hello my friend Angelica, hello Renee, and Stephanie. And I'm just going to paint it. I'm not going to paint it completely because I do want it to have that vintage look, dirty and just kind of like worn. Kind of got stuck on this using the fabric and making a little project here. My last pigs were so cute. I tend to do that. Alright, there's one. We'll do the other one. And I already did, I think I need to do this side. I already made one and I've set it off to the side, so we're only going to make one, but we're going to have a set. And I want you guys to stick around, so I will show you when we're all done. Because I have another piece that I want to do to go with this, and I don't want to take up all your time. I know it's late, where most of you guys are at. Okay. Hello, Angelica. Did you have a good day, my friend? How's your foot doing? All right, I'm going to set these off to the side and let them dry. I didn't completely cover them with paint, you guys. I just kind of wanted it to be not so complete. We're going to gunk it up a little bit with some ink. And then now I have the little fringe pieces here. I've cut them to be on our little elf boot. And we're going to paint those. We're going to use folk art, home decor, sheepskin. Hello, Brenda. Thank you for coming on, my friend. We are making an elf, a pair of elf shoes, and a little something else to go with it. I haven't disclosed what the second thing is yet. Where's my lid? All right. And I cannot get this lid to go on. Oh my word. Okay, let's water this down a little bit. I feel like something just fell off my back. All right. So we're just going to paint this with this white. This one's a little bit thicker, but that's okay. This one I'll really gunk up more. I'm going to go ahead and get almost a complete coverage on that one. I think I need to go the other side. Okay. Anybody have any plans for the weekend? Thank you so much, Angelica. I appreciate it. I do not have plans for the weekend. I have to do a little bit of work, and then I'm going to be in my craft room, guys. That's where I need to go. That's where I need to be. All right. Am I done with these? Yes. All right. Let's dry these really quick, and then we will glue them together and get a few more things going on with them. Things are getting a little bit better for me at work. Going shopping and lunch for your daughter's birthday. Oh my goodness, Brenda, you just go nonstop. I tell you, girl. How old is your daughter turning? Stephanie, I think we actually are supposed to have a little bit of rain here too, and I really hope that we have it. We have a big fire near us. It's about an hour away from me, but it's a pretty large fire, and it's pretty devastating right now. And then there's also one up in the mountains. So we can definitely use the rain. But that's a great day to stay inside and do some crafting, Stephanie. All right, those are dry. Oh, it's your birthday. Oh, your birthday. Brenda, we have, oh my goodness. My birthday was just a few weeks ago. Our birthdays, we both share a September month. I'm old too. I'm older than you. I turned 53. I read that wrong. Now I read it. Now I can see where it says it's for your birthday. All right. Yeah. Angelica, where I'm at, we are, I guess I should never say we are, because, you know, anything could happen, but we are, I think, far enough away, but definitely the air quality is down pretty low. Our kids can't go outside to play on top of the heat. We have the fire, and so it's really bad air quality conditions. But definitely I know a lot of people that live in that area, and so yeah, prayers needed for all those people that live there. Hello, Debbie. Thank you for joining. Oh, Angelica, age is just a number. It's all in your head and what you think and how you act and how you feel, my friend. Don't let that number scare you. Okay, I think these are good and dry. They're getting still a little bit damp, but that's all right. Okay, now we're going to glue them together. We're going to glue our little tassels. I don't know what these things are called. Just the little fluff that's going to go on the outside of our boot. We'll glue this. Let me get my glasses. This is small. And I'm going to glue a little bit at a time on the boot so that I can kind of get in the areas that I need to get the stuffing inside. Alright, I'm sorry I can't see what you guys are saying right now while I'm doing this. There we have that, and then we'll put some stuffing inside. This one's not going to take very much at all because it's a very small piece. Oh, I gotta make sure it's stuck together. Sometimes this glue dries so fast and other times not. Quite interesting. All right. Let that dry for a minute. Who said they feel 28? Brenda, you feel 28. There you go. Just Stephanie said you don't. Awesome. I love it. Well, hello, my friend Deborah. I have not seen you in a very long time, friend. I hope that you are doing well. Very glad to see you. Okay, I'm just going to try to stuff it just inside a little bit. I can't really get down too far because the points are kind of, close together, and that's okay because as long as we have the top part of it with a little bit of fluff in it, it'll be okay. Okay. So you can't put too much in a small piece like this, otherwise it will pop open. See, is my glue gun in the way? All right. Hot, 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 hot. Okay. I need to do a little bit more. Our stuffing's kind of sticking out. All right, there's our first piece. I'll trim that little stuffing off. Kind of sneaking out. Okay. All right, now let's do our boot, our elf shoe. And we're going to glue for the side. So I want to try to get a little bit into this tip of this boot first before I glue it all the way shut. So I'm going to just glue part of this boot, put a little stuffing in the top here, and then keep gluing. All right. And I really like this green because I feel like it's like an really old elf slipper that's been out and faded and worn. Other than that, really bright, normal Christmas green color. All right. Anybody watching the football game? My husband is watching the football game. Yes, Deborah, I did change the name. I felt like I wanted to have more of a name other than just my name. So yes, I did change that a few months back. All right, so I only have part of it glued, and I want to get some stuffing up here in the kind of up high in the tip of this. So I'm just going to stuff in here a little bit. And then we'll keep gluing. I really pondered on it, Deborah, about changing it. I didn't really know what to change it. I didn't have anything that was really connected to me, and so I pondered over it for a little while. And I don't know how I came up with the name. I just thought it sounded cool. All right. Continue on. Put a little bit more in here. This is the spot. All right. Thank you, Deborah. I hope you've been doing well. More stuffing. So this could be like an adult version of Elf on the Shelf. For those people that don't really like the Elf on the Shelf, or their kids are grown, I don't think I would move mine around the house though. Anybody do Elf on the Shelf? Elf on the Shelf was not around when my children were little, or at least it wasn't popular and I didn't know about it. So my kids did not get to experience Elf on the Shelf at all. And I know I have a teacher friend that has so much fun with it, and she does the best things. And I love to watch what she does. Hello, Deb. Thank you for joining, my friend. All right. Getting close, you guys, getting close. I cannot wait to show you what I have planned to jazz this thing up. It turned out super, super cute. All right, here is our boot so far. Ooh, it came apart. See what happens when I get too impatient. I don't wait for it to dry. So for the second piece, I stopped at the fabric store on the way home today because I had another idea after I climbed in bed. Well, just before I climbed in bed, I had an idea of something else I wanted to kind of add to this. And I asked the girls at the store, do you think I could make this dirty? And they laughed. They said, we have never had anybody ask if they could make the fabric dirty. And so we pondered. I had my ideas and just wanted to see if they had any ideas. And I was able to do it, so all is good. All right, let's close this guy up. All right, guys, so all I did was just go around the edges with the hot glue. There's our boot. And before we move on, let's dirty this guy up. We're going to use a little bit of ink. I'm going to use Distress Oxide Ground Espresso and the Ranger potting soil. All right, thank you, Stephanie or Brenda. Thank you so much. So first, we're gonna gunk up this little guy. Just gonna rub it on a little bit. This one is the potting soil. And I'm only going to do one side because I'm going to put my two boots together. Woo! All right. I'm just going to rub it a little bit darker in some areas. And that's the wrong one. Okay. Oh, hold on one second. I missed a spot with the glue here. Hopefully I don't have too much stuffing in there to get it closed. Let's see, what did I see? Stephanie, did I see that you said your daughter, somebody was 15? Okay. All right, let's try this again. Okay. So yeah, so I was scrolling on Pinterest last night and I ran across a leprechaun boot. And I went, oh my gosh, so cute. Now I know, I have an idea what I want to do. I want to make an elf boot. And then I traced it out and I was like, this looks awfully familiar. It looks a lot like Stephanie's witch boot. So I did start with an inspiration off of Pinterest. All right, there we go. That's what we have so far. Hello, Andy. Thank you for joining. Addie, thank you for joining me. All right, we're going to add some rusty bells. I have a whole jar here. I got this giant bag off of Amazon. I don't know, there was probably a good 100 of them or so, and I think they were like $25. We're going to add some bells right here at the tip of his boot. And then I have some pieces of drop cloth that I have already torn into strips. Okay, and we are going to add that on the side of the boot here as if there were laces to lace up the boot, up the back side of the boot. So we're just going to, how did I do this? Crisscross it. This might be too long. Like so. I think this little guy's too long. So if you get the thinner, the lighter weight drop cloth, it tears easily just like fabric, and it gives it that nice stringy, worn look. Okay, so we're just going to do one there. My goodness, how did I do this? I already forgot how I did this, guys. This way. My brain's not functioning. Okay, so now I'm going to go from the top on the back side, the top down, this direction. And then we're going to do one from this side to the front. Oh, please tell me I did the right side. Whew. All right. We have this one, and then we're going to do one more. Hot. I didn't put it in the right place, guys. I want to make it look kind of like a ballerina slipper. How in the world did I do this? I already forgot, guys. This is what we have going on. Let's see here. That way. That way, that way. I think that's it. I only have 3 pieces, not 4. 1, 2, 3. No, I need one more. All right, my goodness, you guys, I'm sorry. Okay, so now I'm going to use some finishing nails. Hello, Shelly. I have some finishing nails. Got these Walmart in the hardware section. You can get them at Lowe's also. So I'm just going to use the finishing nails, and I'm just going to push them through right here to make them look like they are part of the shoelaces. A little bit long. I like the strings, but the strings are a little bit long, some of these. Alright, there is our boot. Yes, Miss Roxy's down there, Angelica. Okay, now we're going to put the 2 of them together so that we have 2 boots. I'm going to kind of tie them with some twine. really decided what I wanted to do with this. That's what I have going on that way. I have a little bit of, I don't even know what this is called, berry, like a holly berry strand that I got at the Dollar Tree. I wish I would have bought more. I only bought one. And I'm thinking maybe to kind of put a little bit on this boot. No, I don't like that. Okay. Pip berries, is that what they're called, Stephanie? Thank you. Probably something that you guys see there in Tennessee. I never saw when I was there, but definitely don't have them here anywhere. Let's see. I'm not really sure what I wanted to do with this. Just kind of wanted to give it a little bit of oomph, a little something. You guys, I have to tell you something funny. When I was at the store today, this little boy was in front of us and he had marker on the back of his head, and Mom says, "How did you get marker back there?" He says, "You don't want to know, Mom." She kept asking, and she's like, "Did somebody else draw it?" He goes, "No, I drew myself, Mom." She says, "How in the world did you draw on the back of your head?" "Mom, you just don't want to know." It made me think of a little boy that I had in my speech group. Yesterday we were using those dot markers, and they're first graders, and they just like to stamp the heck out of those dot markers, and there was like a pool of ink on his little project that he was doing, and he managed to put his fingers in it, and it was blue, and he wiped his fingers like this, and then he wiped his fingers like this, and he literally had like the outline of a scarecrow on his face. Blue, it was bright blue. I was like, oh my goodness, thank goodness these are washable. It was a good lesson for the other kids to see why I kept telling them, don't put too much ink on your paper. Alright, you guys, I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with this pipberry, as Miss Stephanie tells me it's called, pipberry. Okay. I'm just not too sure I'm liking this. I'm going to have to figure out. Maybe I'm just going to put the twine on here for now, and I will figure out what I'm going to do there. Just kind of tie these with the twine. I might just glue them, put a little bit of hot glue on there to kind of put them together. I'm just not sure. I like this. We'll come back to that in a second. Yeah. Okay, definitely going to need to glue them together. Aren't they the cutest thing ever? But it needs something else. I had a tag, but I want to put the tag on our other thing. We're going to make a Santa hat. Oh, I forgot to make our little bow for the other side of our shoe. So here we have a bow, but I forgot this guy. Alright, let's make that really quick before I forget him. So again, it's just a piece of drop cloth, and I'm just going to make a standard bow, nothing special. Tie it just like I was tying a shoe. let's set these shoes off to the side and do the Santa hat, and we'll see. Once I have them together, maybe it doesn't really need anything else. Kind of like the pop, a little tiny pop of red on there though. All right. Let's glue this little bow on the back. To glue these guys together. All right, there we have it. There's our boots. I really like the little crisscross here. All right, next. This is the thing. I got this. It's called Sherpa. And this was the color, you guys. I wanted it to be dirty, and this is the thing that the ladies at the store were laughing at me about. Like, we've never had anybody ask how to dirty the fabric. So I've stained it with coffee. I actually rubbed some coffee grounds from my coffee pots that were left over in my coffee pot from this morning's coffee on here, put it in the oven to let it dry. And now what I want to do, so we can let it dry a little bit, I actually want to put a little bit of Mod Podge on here. What did I do with mine? I thought I had a sponge brush here. I want to put a little Mod Podge on here to kind of get it that crusty. I want it to be old and vintagey and crusty, like it's been around, you know, for years. So we're going to just put a little bit of Mod Podge on here in just a couple areas so that it gets that like crusty look. I actually do have a little bit of wet coffee grinds here that we're going to go ahead and put in here once I kind of put some more Mod Podge on here. Thank you so much, Brenda. Right? It looks old and very worn. So I'm just going to kind of rub some coffee on here, some grinds, kind of give it that grungy thing. Oh, the girls at the fabric stores said, just take it outside and throw it in the dirt in the front yard. That's what their answer was when I told them what I wanted to do. I wasn't sure if this fabric was going to take the coffee. That was my concern and my question, and that's when they're like, just go throw it outside in the front lawn. All right, let me wipe my fingers off. Because I've tried it before, like I think last year I did some flannel t-shirts where I bleached the t-shirts, and I had an old one that was not, it was synthetic flannel. It wasn't real flannel, and it didn't bleach. And so that was kind of my concern, was would this hold the color that I was trying to get. Try not to get coffee grains in my Mod Podge. Alright, this is what we have going on, you guys. Crusty and grimy and very old. I'm pretty sure my grandma had something like this in Christmas collection stuff that she had when I was little. Alright, let's give this a quick dry. Well, I'm not going to dry it perfectly. I'm going to set it off to the side while we do the hat. But I do want it to dry a little bit. Oh, this is going to be so nice. Okay, so the fabric I have for the hat is just a red polka dot. I did the same thing with this, dyed it with coffee, dried it in the oven. It gives it that really worn look. It kind of gives it, in some areas, it gets a lot darker than others. Like here, you can see it does that kind of throughout the fabric. So, hi Terry, thanks for joining, my friend. Let us know where you're watching from. Okay, so I'm going to seal the sides up on this. We're going to put some stuffing in it. We're going to make it more, I want it to be more like the elf hat than a Santa hat. So we're going to put a little fringe. I have some fringe that I've also stained with coffee because I wanted to go with our elf boots and I want it to be more elf. And I almost did a green, the same green that we did the shoes, but then I thought, no, it's just too much green. It needs to have some color. So at the last second, I decided to change it to red. It's kind of wrinkled. My fabric is kind of scrunched up from wringing out the coffee. Oh, there's I see my sponge paintbrush now. All right, let's do this side. And we're gonna stand this on something. Woo, hot glue. So it's not lining up perfectly, which is totally fine because I want it again to look old and vintage. We're gonna bend it once I get it on. I haven't really quite figured that part out. I'm just kind of winging it. This was a last minute. I think this would be cute too. So, let's see here. We're going to attach it to this little candlestick holder that I got at Hobby Lobby. And this is going to be the base. So it's going to stand on this. Alright, so here is our hat. We're going to put some stuffing inside. Hi Rose, thanks for coming on, my friend. Oh, Virginia. Terry's from Virginia. I'm not sure we've had a Virginia yet. A lot of other states. A lot of Texas girls here. Texas, we have Utah, we have Tennessee, we have Pennsylvania, I think I remember. Somebody was from Pennsylvania. Alright, got a little too much. We're just going to stuff. I don't want to have too much because I want to bend. We're going to bend it. Just haven't quite figured that part out yet. Okay. So we're going to put this on here, like so. Okay. Now I want to put we're going to put this fringe on first and then put the fur over the top of that. And I hope I have enough to do both sides. So this was a little bit of a challenge, you guys. I had to, I cut one and didn't think that you needed to make the entire thing wide enough to be able to seal with getting this. Put a stick of wire inside. Oh, to bend it, you mean, Brenda? That's probably a good idea. So I'm not going to glue this shut yet. I'm going to glue my fringe on just the edge of this. And then I'm going to glue the fur on top, but leaving the fringe hang out the bottom. That's a really good idea, Brenda. We'll have to look at that once I get this together more and try to figure out how to do the bending. As I was just playing with it while Stephanie was live, I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, but I didn't, you know. It's hard to do when it's not put together. All right, there's what we have so far. That is so cute. It looks so authentic, like it's really old. This looks really old, you guys. This is so cute. All right. Wow. Look at that. I love the coloring. Okay. All right, let's hit this with the dryer a little bit more because it's still a little wet, really wet in some areas. And I want it to just kind of get that crustiness, goodness. This little guy is hot. I'm just kind of picking at it to kind of help it get that clumped together look. Brenda, I was having a hard time too. I was trying to get ready and I was trying to get my husband some dinner at the same time, and I'm trying to get all these things in a, you know, I just told you I just stopped to get the fabric on the way home from work, so I had to stain it tonight, and yeah, I was challenged. It's hard to keep up sometimes with you girls over there on Miss Stephanie's page. All right, oh my gosh, you guys, this is crusty goodness. I know it doesn't show, but look at how crusty that is. It looks so awesome. All right, so I'm just going to wrap this around somehow. Might just shorten it. Maybe I'll stick it on the back, overlap it a little tiny bit. I'm wondering if I should put it together first. All these plans of trying to figure this out. All right. Yeah, Stephanie, I think you're right. It's going to need, who's told me that? Brenda did. I actually have a foam, a styrofoam. What did I do with it? Might need something like this to help keep it up, yeah. And then the wire inside to bend it. And even if I just use twine, oh, where is my wire? Where's my thicker wire? have some wire. Someone needs to come up and hand. Right? Terry, you are absolutely right. Okay. What do you think, Brenda? Stick it inside? Ooh. I might have to double it. Kind of twist it. Let's see if this works. So, because this is, it's thick, but not really that thick. So I have some wire here. This is just kind of like floral wire. Get it in the floral wire in the floral section. And I've doubled it, folded it in half. And I'm going to stick it up in here inside and see if that does the trick that I'm looking for. Oh, that does. Brenda, you're so smart. Look at that. Okay. All right. So I'm definitely going to need some more stuffing in here. Oh my goodness, we almost landed in the green paint, you guys. Let me get rid of that. All right, that needs a little more stuffing. He needs his the trim on his hat. Let's see. I think I'm going to glue this guy on to this holder. Let's take this off. I'm going to use some E6000 because styrofoam doesn't always work well with hot glue. Yes, it did work perfectly, Terry. Brenda had an amazing idea. Let's see if I have an opening in this. All right, you guys, I found when your E6000 kind of closes up, a skewer from Dollar Tree is great at poking through and getting it opened up again. Okay. I just have the hardest time with E6000 and it getting everywhere. This fits in perfectly. This is the styrofoam cone from Dollar Tree. And it fits in here perfectly. You guys, this little candle holder is on sale right now at Hobby Lobby, 50% off. And interestingly enough, the first one I picked up was $7.99, and the one that I took the tag off of said $9.99. So I don't know what actually was charged. You're right, it does need a new container too because it's horrible. Okay, you guys, this is going to work out really well. Just trying to get that stuffing in there right. Look how cute this is going to be, you guys. Okay, gotta get this in here. Oh, I did get a little bit of paint on here. That's all right. Oh, wow. You see the paint when it fell inside my on my plate. All right. Oh my goodness. Okay, this is gonna work out great, you guys. I've got to glue this piece on here now. I think I'm gonna close it up the ends. All right. goodness, you guys. This is going to be so cute. Alright, so I glued the bottom and now I'll glue the top. Oh, that crusty goodness, you guys. Let's glue this side. Now just to figure out how to do my sides. I'm just going to pinch it together there. Oh, look at you guys. That is so cute. Yeah, Terry, once I got some cardstock there, they were all marked $21.99, and the one on the very bottom was marked $13.99, and then it was 40% off. So I made sure to grab the one that was marked $13.99. Okay, this is so darn cute, you guys. I want to glue this to the actual candlestick holder so that it stays. So it's not going to be able to go all the way around, though. It's just going to go in certain sections because I don't want it to be round. I want it to be kind of open like it's a hat. So I'm only going to glue like the front and the back side. Like so. Okay. We need to give some bells here. We're going to make a tag. And we're gonna rust up a hi Terry, thanks for coming. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're gonna rust up a pin. I didn't have time to, I was gonna actually rust it, but it takes a little bit longer than I had, so I couldn't rust it myself. So we're just gonna faux rust the pin. There we go. Some bells. Might need something else up there. Just play around with it. What does it need? What does it need? We made Terry, we made some elf boots out of muslin fabric that I painted and, you know, spruced up with some drop cloth, and now we're working on the elf hat and getting it finished up. It definitely needs something else. I don't know, does it need some strips of muslin, or what does it, I mean, drop cloth? Oh, that might do it. Look at that. What do you guys think? Yes or no on that? Let's see. Thank you, Terry, for sharing. I appreciate that. I like that. Okay, let's make a tag and then we'll see what else it needs to kind of spruce it up a little bit. We have a tag, and I have another piece of the terry, not the terry cloth, the drop cloth that I've already cut to fit right here on my tag. I have just a paper tag that I got from not the Dollar Tree, Hobby Lobby. Comes in a nice little package. If you pay attention, you can get them on sale for the 40% off. I'm going to use this little stencil, Merry Christmas, on this right here. We'll use some chalk paste. I have black, and then I have it's a rose gold shimmer, but it's not going to show as it's kind of a pinkish color, you guys, but it doesn't show up as pink when I do it this way. So I'm just going to put a little black and a little bit of the rose gold together, and then kind of blend them in together. And hopefully I got enough black on there. I'm just going to pull it through. Make sure that you get all the little screens covered. And then we're going to pull it off. And there we have this little Merry Christmas. Very vintagey, rusticy looking, old looking. We'll gunk that up a little bit with some ink to make it even more vintagey like. And let me dry it first. Let me get my wax. We're going to use the antique wax, the Waverly antique wax, to kind of gunk our tag up a little bit, give it that vintage look. I like to smear it on the little opening here. It kind of helps it look like it's one of those metal grommets right there. So I just kind of use my finger and just kind of rub it around. And don't get these paper towels, you guys. I don't like them. Clorox paper towels, they rip just like a paper towel. I didn't realize actually they were paper towels. I'm just going to kind of rub it. I'm going to leave the middle a little bit darker, but not the edge. Okay, and then I'm just going to kind of rub it around the edges. Smear it a little bit. We're going to cover it up, so it's okay. I like to get it wet so that I can then dry it, and it kind of crinkles it and makes it look really vintagey and old, like it's, seen its day. Sometimes I even use my my spritzer, and I'll just spritz it with water, and that'll help it the edges crinkle or kind of turn so that it looks old. I actually want it to turn. Hopefully it can turn the other direction, but if not, it's alright. There. You can see it's kind of starting to bend, and the curve, you can see that it's kind of curved. Okay. And we'll use our inks again. I like, this one is a spray ink. This one is Distressed Oxide Spray. This one is Gathered Twigs. Let's put this on here, and then we're going to spray this. And I'm not going to try to get it down completely because I want the edges to kind of curl up like that, so you can really see the frayed stuff. And we're just going to spray it with the ink, the oxide ink, or distressing ink. I have that one, and I have this other one. It's called Frayed Burlap. And this one has a little bit of a blue tinge to it. Sometimes it's brown, but there's some blues in it. So sometimes it has a little bit of blue. As you can see, it got on my finger. Okay, so there we go. There's that. Then I want to attach this with a safety pin, but like I said, I didn't have time to rust my safety pins, so we're gonna faux rust a safety pin. And we're just going to use Cafe Noir by Hello Hobby. And I'm just going to get some on my brush, and we're just going to dab. I don't know if you guys can see it. Probably should have got a clean plate. We're just going to dab the safety pin. We're going to do both sides. And we're going to blast this a little bit with the dryer, and we'll put some rust color on here. You have to be really careful because this is metal if you do this, and it will get really hot. So you have to be very careful with picking it up. All right, let's do some rust. This one is Americana Art Deco. What color is this? Burnt orange. And I'm just going to kind of just dab a little bit. I'm just going to stick it in a lid, and I'm just going to kind of dab right over the top of that brown. Make it look rusty. And then we'll dry it. And we got to be careful with it. Wow, my table's a mess, you guys. Okay. All right. Let's see if we can pick this up and show you guys. There we go. Don't look at the top one, but there's our rusty goodness for our pin there. It's a little too hot for me to touch it still. Okay. Now, what are we going to do with this little guy? So we're going to put this tag on here. This might be enough. That like that, but it might need something else. Yeah, he needs a little something else. So there we go, that's what we have going on so far, but it definitely needs a little something. What does it need? Does that need to stay there? Where do I want to put this guy? I think it needs to be up here more. I think I like that better. Okay. Maybe, what did I do with that strand? Maybe this needs to go in here. that? Give it enough? Does it need some moss? What does it need? I feel like it needs something else. Thank you, Stephanie. Oh, what else do I have? I wish I had like a little Christmas decoration to put on there. I had this, but I don't think it goes with it. I have like a little antler, but it's not, it doesn't go. It's not the right thing. I think maybe this is gonna have to be it. You think it's perfect, Terry? With their little elf boots. My table's such a mess, I can't really see. It's really hard to see. Might need something. This might need to be a little higher. Ah! It's backwards, you guys. It's hard for me. I think it looks cute. It might need another tag, maybe on the boots, but I didn't want it to be the same. I made a tag when I was trying it out. I don't know, you guys have to let me know. Just, it needs to be something different, I think, because this one says the same thing. Merry Christmas. It's cute though. All right, you guys. I think if I get it situated right, something. It's really hard for me to do backwards, you guys. I struggle with the backwards thing, but I think they turned out cute. I love the elf boots. I just love how they turned out. Super, super cute. And then the little hat. I love the little dingleberry thingamajiggers. All of it was coffee stained, and then dried in the oven to give it that look. We put the Mod Podge with the coffee and made it grungy like. So I love it, you guys. I might have to add something to it once I play with it a little bit more, but it looks, I love it. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys coming and hanging out with me. I know it's a little late probably for most of you guys. It's still not that late for me. Almost 9 o'clock though. Anyway, you guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope that you come again, and we will figure something out for the next time. Have a great night, and we'll see you later. Bye.